All right, so we talking about Michael from It. Michael was the black dude. Michael was the brother who was like, he stayed in Derry the whole time while everybody else was venturing off and moving out of Derry and, you know what I'm saying, just living their lives. Michael stayed in Derry and he studied this thing. He tried to find out what was this thing and, you know, why it was after them. So you got to think about that. You know what I'm saying? Look at us today. You know what I'm saying? We're out here. We're studying. We're trying to remember who we are. We're trying to, you know what I'm saying, get back to that divine state. And it's almost like, you know what I'm saying, Michael is a reflection of us. Michael was studying. Michael, he really have no fear, because he said, if y'all caught it in the end of the movie, towards the end of the movie, whenever after they did the ritual, he was saying, Pennywise tried to flip it on him and saying, oh, you ain't tell them about the full ritual. You ain't tell them what happened to these native people who tried to, you know what I'm saying, who tried to kill me, but they never survived. So Michael, he was like, man, I thought it would work. I thought you guys would, you know what I'm saying? The reason we went through it was because I thought you guys would, you believe. You know what I'm saying? He said, I knew we could have beat him. He said, if I thought I can make you guys believe. So Michael was the only one who had, you know what I'm saying, who had the faith, and he was strong. He the only one believed that they could kill him. And when Pennywise seen that, Pennywise tried to attack him. But he looked Pennywise dead in the eye, and he told him, he said, I ain't scared of you. He said, I know exactly what you are. Epic moment of the movie. He said, I know exactly what you are. Peep this. Look up. Pennywise looked back at him and said, he said, I know what you are. He said, you're pure madness. He said, he either called him a madman or he said, you're pure madness. So first thing that clicked in my mind was, oh, he talking about chaos. He know who he is. Pennywise knew. You could tell the way he said it. He said it in an envious way, almost like he wanted to be us. He said, you're a madman. And he tried to kill him. He said, I waited 27 years. 7 + 2 is 9. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. You're dealing with that non-etheric. You know what I'm saying? So he said, he called him. It tripped me out though, man. He said, you're a pure madman. Out of everything that Pennywise could have called him, I'm looking for something else. He said, you a pure madman. He called him. He said, I know what you are. You're straight chaos. You know what I'm saying? You're God. You know what I'm saying? He said, I waited this long. Basically, he was saying, I waited this long to kill you. He thought he was getting ready to kill the original man. He thought he's finally finna get what he wanted. But somehow Michael escaped about it. I think the leader of the gang, he came and he saved him. He kind of like pushed him out the way or something like that and saved him. Because Michael, he wasn't budging. Michael was just standing there. Michael felt like at the end of the day, Michael felt like, you know what I'm saying, I did what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I'm standing my ground. You know what I'm saying? I'm not scared of you. So you can kill me all you want, but I'm not going to fall victim to you using these tactics on me. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to make me suffer in fear. You're not going to, you know what I'm saying, kill my soul. Because, you know what I'm saying, we don't operate like that. But that was just a key point in the movie that showed y'all, you know what I'm saying? He knew who he was. He knew who he was, bro. And that, you know what I'm saying, that was one of the part of the movies that really stood out to me, because I was like, damn, man, like, this shit right in our faces, like we ain't even seeing it. Another key part of the movie was when Stanley, you know what I'm saying, when Stanley died. Stanley was the one who he admitted. He said, you know what I'm saying, I'm scared. Stanley just told it straight up. He was like, man, he said, look, I'm afraid to go back to that past. He said, I was afraid, you know what I'm saying, we wasn't all gonna get back together. So I took myself off the board. Stanley, he lived his life in fear, but Stanley was the one who was honest with himself, and he, you know what I'm saying, he was like, you know what I'm saying, it's just what it is. He didn't want to go back to that, you know what I'm saying, but at the same time, in his death, he was there almost, in a sense, he was like their spirit guides. He was teaching them how to, you know what I'm saying, come into their true selves. He was teaching them how to, you know what I'm saying, to tap into that childlike state, you know what I'm saying, that divine state where y'all can reign supreme, you know what I'm saying, be brave, be courageous, you know what I'm saying, live your path, live your own path, meaning, you know what I'm saying, stay true to your own truth, like, don't back down from nothing, like, you know, he was telling them, he was reminding them along the way, look, we losers. He told him, he straight up told him, he said, we're losers. He said, we always gonna be losers. He said, but the good thing about being a loser is you don't have nothing to lose. You gotta let this material shit go. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was saying, if y'all don't have a grip on nothing in this life and y'all don't try to attach yourselves to this reality, y'all ain't got nothing to worry about. You know what I'm saying? He said, it's these moments that we have in our lives. He said, the trauma and all the, you know, stuff we want to run away from and the stuff we trying to get away from, those are the things that, you know what I'm saying, we find that it's hard to forget. He said, no matter how much we want to get away from them, we can't get away from them. Why? Because we haven't went back and healed from that. You know what I'm saying? We have to go back and do the shadow work. You have to go within and do the shadow work to get past that. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way you're going to move to the next level. That's the only way you're going to have, you know what I'm saying, you're going to have your ascension. So he was telling them that throughout the movie, you know what I'm saying? Richie had to learn that. Richie was getting ready to shoot out. Richie was about to leave. He was like, man, fuck this. I'm gone. But it took for him to pass by that church and see, you know what I'm saying? He had remembered. He remembered the day that Stanley gave his speech at the, I don't know, Stanley was Jewish or something like that, but he was going through his transformation when he was becoming a man. And Stanley, he just put it all out there. He spoke his truth. He spoke from that, you know what I'm saying, from his throat chakra. He spoke his truth no matter, you know what I'm saying, despite what people thought. He said, this is the day I'm supposed to become a man. He said, but it's funny because I don't feel like that. He said, you know what I'm saying, he say society teaches us, you know what I'm saying, that we supposed to move on and let go and such and such. He said, well, right now, I don't feel like moving on. He said, you know what I'm saying, this is me, you know what I'm saying, y'all got to accept me for who I am. He said, I'm going to always be a fucking loser. I'm going to always be a loser. You know what I'm saying? And Richie was up in the, he was up in the stands, you know what I'm saying, with the other people. Richie was the only one clapping because Richie, he got that shit. He resonated with that. You know what I'm saying? He felt that. So, growing up Richie, he went back to that moment and he remembered how Stanley was so brave and he was bold in that time, you know what I'm saying? And he took that courage, he took that confidence and he ran with it. You know what I'm saying? So, that's how we have to be. You know what I'm saying? You got to stand up to your fear. You got to stand up and you got to go within and you got to challenge that shit. You got to remove all of that, you know what I'm saying? All of that envy, all of that, you know, self-judgment, all that trauma. You got to deal with that. You got to heal from it and let it go. You got to let it go. That's the only way you can overcome this demiurge energy. Brother Panic said it in the video. He said, you're nothing more than vampire feed. You know what I'm saying? You're nothing but food down here. They feed off of your thoughts. They feed off of your fears. Throughout the whole movie, all the kids that got ate up, they were in a fear-like state. And the more fear, what they say, the sweeter the blood, you know what I'm saying? More fear, the sweeter the blood. So that's what turned him on, you know what I'm saying? So what you think going down down here? You know what I'm saying? That's what's happening down here. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't see it on the physical plane, but, man, there's some shit feeding off of you when you're not operating out of your godlike state. When you know what I'm saying? When you letting things have control over your emotions. When you know what I'm saying? When you're not rising into your higher self. So, but, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of key points in the movie, you know what I'm saying? I seen in one particular part, they had to go back to, went back to the treehouse. They had to go back to remember. But they had, you know what I'm saying? The treehouse is a representation of the subconscious mind. I've been learning that. And I've been learning, you know what I'm saying, to see these things for what they is. So they had to go back to that childhood memory where they remember they created this thing, you know what I'm saying, in their minds. But look, my video, I think it's about to cut off, but